guys haven't even heard nothing I said. Microphone check now. Can you hear me now? Right on, right on. I'm starting from the top. Welcome to LRGA Curves today. Thanks for being here. On your way in, make sure you're smashing buttons and ringing bells, y'all, so you can get notified when I upload videos, and so you can become part of the beautiful curvy community that we're growing over here in the YouTube streets. You know, we have none other than our wonderful Dr. Heavenly of Married to Medicine in the house today. I have just played this for you. She just got in the back. It looks like she's still setting up a little bit. And now that you can hear this, can you hear that now? That's what I was playing for you guys. So looks like Dr. Heavenly is in the house for sure. And I'm ready to play. You're ready to play. And let's see if Dr. Heavenly is ready to play. Let's drop this video. Give it up for it. Let's get these likes up. I don't know how many likes, but if we got 63 people in here, then I'm going to need 63 likes for Dr. Heavenly. Okay? Okay, boopies? Okay, curvies? Because here she is, the incomparable, the wonderful, the reason for Married to Medicine, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinion, the best show on Bravo's. The dentist is in. Dr. Heavenly.
Woo, what's going on, girl? How you doing? It's rough out here, girl. It's real rough out here, girl.
I know, the snow and everything.
Yes, I've been all over the world and but I made it here for you, beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming through today. I know you were like in New York filming something the other day. So yeah. I don't know. You was traveling jet set and looking beautiful as always. So I'm so pleased that you were able to fit me into your so busy schedule. Thanks for being in the house today.
No problem. Thank you for having me, beautiful. Thank you for having me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a solid fan, solid support for us. We appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, I'm a day oneer and for the series, and I'm a day oneer as a fan of Dr. Heavenly. And the very first time you allowed me to interview you, I told you it was because I felt like people was like not really understanding what I loved about you so much. And I wanted people to see that, you know, and as the seasons have gone on, it feels like we're almost back to square one, Dr. Heavenly. But in the meantime, how are you?
I'm doing magnificent. I cannot complain. I thank God every day for my health, my strength, and everything. I thank God every day. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I too am wonderfully magnificent. I did my hour of power this morning, got up at 5, went in my closet, did my affirmations, petitioned to God to have my prayers heard. I did my stretching and my yogas and my breathing. And I know that you subscribe to a good hour of power type thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's needed. You got to do it.
Would you say that hour of power adds to your success and your ability?
Oh, definitely. I think that everybody needs to focus and they have to have a routine, a morning routine in mind. You know, I have a solid routine with my affirmations every morning. I really do.
Yes. Definitely. You know, I throw some of yours in mine. I like your one, everything I touch turns to gold. I added that to mine.
Well, that's everybody's. Yeah, everybody.
Yes, right on.
Forces from on a continuous basis. Yeah, I'm out of data. Yeah, all of that.
Definitely. Well, you know me and my questions. I got lots of questions, but I do want us to have a little chit chat too. I know everybody's chomping at the bit for your POV from this most recent season and what's happening. We know Phaedra is a super hot topic. I'm going to try to steer clear. I don't know. People might want to ask you about the new wife, but I know that you've been really easy on her lately.
Right.
However, she did bring up your business again on her live yesterday, and I was wondering.
Whatever. I'm gonna ignore her. I'd rather you not even talk about her.
No worries. I got you because we don't need that type of mess. Okay?
Yeah, we're going to stay away from that. Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
But her husband doesn't deserve that. And she doesn't have a business, so I'm not going to take her husband. So let's leave it alone.
Hopefully. Okay. Hopefully. Yeah. I love it. And I love you, by the way. Okay, so let's go with some basic questions. I know the people are eager to hear from you. So, how do you handle these conflicts? This is about Married to Medicine. So how are you handling conflicts on the show while staying authentic to who you are. I know you're super humble. I know you know it's a job. I know, first off, let me tell everybody, all these women are super courageous for even sharing their lives with us. All of these women deserve kudos and respect for even getting in front of a camera and sharing their lives with us, period. And when we see conflict as viewers, sometimes we have a tendency to like pick a side. So, but is this like politics where you're just sitting down next to Trump at the funeral and everybody's getting along in the back?
I think that everybody resonates with different people. One thing I did notice is that the video we get is a little bit different from what y'all see, or I don't know if it's different from Peacock to Bravo or whatever. But it's an interesting dynamic in that you see different things, you can resonate with different things, and everybody gonna pick a side. Like I say, 33% gonna like you, 33% gonna hate you, and 33% don't give a damn. So I mean, ultimately, it's entertainment. How do I handle conflict?
Yeah.
I speak my mind. I don't mince my words. I like to say, what I think. And I really do try to hold back, and I really do try to not go deep. I was just talking to Funky Dineve, and I said,
Uh-huh.
Funky, do you think I'm mean? And he said, heavenly. Miami is a culture. He said, I have the same thing. T.S. Madison has the same thing. He said, we're bred a little different, that we have thicker skin. So I don't know. I really do try to take it easy. But you know what I mean? At the end of the
Right.
day, don't lie on me.
That's the thing, and as far as the culture of Miami, that's what the comments always say. They're like, why are these people tripping? This is Miami. Like,
Right.
she's from
The people
Miami.
that don't understand will never. I mean, or, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. Thanks for that. And then let's see, let's keep it moving. Now, which cast member, I already think I know the answer.
Right. You
But
about,
which cast member are you the closest to now and why?
Jackie's the closest to me. I have a lot of respect for her. She's very smart. She's wise. She understands the show and the dynamic. We respect each other for our positions on the show. Jackie is she's who she is, and I am who I am. But some kind of way, opposites attract. I always call her the female version of Dr. Damon. Calm, mild. Her voice is always mild, always calm, and always a voice of reason. I love Dr. Jackie. That's my
Right.
favorite. It will always be. But
Wonderful.
close to a lot of the ladies, like I do love Quad. I do love, Simone. Toya and I good. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, definitely. I thought it was Jackie. I thought I knew the answer to
for
that
sure,
question. I've been paying attention.
right. Except that I can't see you right now. I'm on my phone, so I can't come out and see your text if you're watching. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. So then let's see. How has your involvement in the show influenced your relationships and friendships outside of the cast? Like, so these are your work friends. So has this show influenced like your
No,
real
not at
life
all.
friends?
Not at all. No, no, no. And you got to understand, I'm a Scorpio. I'm a homebody. I'm a wife, a mother. I don't have too many outside friends. I have three really, really good friends, and I love them. And I just don't really open up to many other people. I've always been that way. So,
Yeah. Well, that's awesome to know because sometimes it feels like it might influence some outside stuff,
not at
but
all.
at least you have your solid core. It's good to have a core. That's the thing. Have you noticed when you get older? Well, you're a Scorpio. You might have always been this one, but quality over quantity
Right. I've
is.
always had a few people. When you get too many people, it becomes confusion. You have to have a few solid people that are on your team. So.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what's your proudest moment of Married to Medicine so far?
Well, always my proudest moment is my children, my son. Y'all didn't get to see much of it, but when they did the scene with my son in the lake house he bought, I bought him. When he got his real estate license, we actually went back there because we fixed the house up and everything. And he's now going to dental school. A lot of his friends came, but they didn't show the friends. And I guess the story had to continue. They did talk about my son a little bit, but most of it was kind of an introduction to the Met Gala. But I was so proud of my baby boy. He graduated from UGA with honors. He, got accepted to dental school, and we were celebrating him. So that's my story. My storyline. People always ask me. My storyline is my children. My son is I'm mentoring him. He's my mentor in my office. And then you're gonna try to. I'm not going past the episode, but we're gonna transition into my daughter and what she's doing. So my storyline is always going to be my kids.
Yeah, I love that was going to be later, but I did love that particular scene for the people that say you don't share because we know that you do, and it just
Especially my son with my husband. I like to see a strong black man with
Mhm.
his children. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes,
like I say, the emotions are times 10 on the show. Like you times 10 with the anger, but you're also times 10 with the emotion. When my son said he wanted to be just like his father, and it brought tears to my husband's eyes, I thought that was so powerful.
yeah, that was such a touching scene. And you
Hmm.
know, I'm all about hashtag Black excellence and Black
Absolutely.
love. And I really appreciated that being able to be seen
Hmm.
on the show. So that makes sense. It's your proudest moment, I feel. It's on the tailcoat of that, how do you feel about the way that you as a Black woman and your Black family are being represented on the
I
show?
think it's been represented excellent. Now, we do have our tussles, me and Contessa, whatever, whatever. But I'm saying African American doctors, husband and wife, and their children are continuing a legacy. You don't see that anywhere. You see the parents buying properties for their kids, teaching them a legacy of wealth. You don't see that anywhere else. Now, you do have to have the fluff. You do have to have the arguments and the drama. That's to keep us on the air. But I'm just
Mhm.
saying, all the good stuff. You got
Yeah.
to get through the fluff to see the good stuff. We all are doing amazing things. The Met Gala they made, it was what it was, but we actually really did give money to for Cure for Moms, and that was a great foundation. And we always give back every season. So
That's good to know. Well, how much money did Fakira end up getting?
you have to keep watching because it's a slippery slope, and it ain't over with. So keep
Oh,
watching.
wow. Okay, well, there's a lot of
But
speculation
I
in the
tell you,
streets.
we did not raise $100,000. We did not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. That's unfortunate. But let's see. What do you think the fans misunderstand about the core five most?
I think that we understand each other. We love each other. I think that people realize that, I don't care one way or the other, but the scenes are cut up in such a way that you're getting 7 minutes, maybe 4 minutes of a 4 hour scene. So you only get a little snippet of it. I have
Mhm.
apologized to these people. I've already said I was wrong. They accepted the apology. So I don't understand why the storyline continues when they've done stuff to me too. I don't give a damn. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I love my husband. I love my family. So at the end of the day, if they okay, I'm okay. And I'm never going to hold a grudge. People are holding a grudge with me for a storyline. And I just don't get it because with reality TV, you have your ins, your outs, and you keep moving. The problem is
Right,
when we get stuck, and we can't ever get stuck.
right. Yeah, the stuck. So let's go. Let's settle there for a moment, Dr. Heavenly.
Okay.
Now, how do you feel about the dead horse that Contessa has brought to the set?
Well, y'all already know how I feel. I feel like her and her husband are still at odds, and they're still I'm not they, she is putting her anger on me. It's a misdirection of anger. I really do think that. I think that he didn't come to the Met Gala for a reason. I don't think it had anything to do with me. She said
Us
two more
either.
things about my husband. I said things about her husband. Damon came, Dr. G came. Why wasn't Scott there? I don't think it had anything to do with that argument. I think that within them, and I don't know anything, this is all alleged, but in my mind and my common sense mind is tension between those two, and that has
Yeah.
nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like as a viewer, I'm like, is she crying out for help almost? Like, why are you bringing
I
this up
I
again
I
if
I
there's no
tried my
problem?
best to help, and I give up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you get beat up
Yeah,
and try to help somebody, so
because you
it,
guys were very close. That was a
absolutely, I
beautiful.
did nothing but try to help her, and that's why the cast knows that. They know that they know these things. It looked like people are taking up for me, but they know what's going on. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right. Well, even as viewers, the ones who pay attention, we saw an authentic relationship bud. We saw you get closer to somebody than we've seen you get closer to in a long time. And it was on camera and off camera. And so we saw it too. And so we were wondering, well, what had happened? So I know that's a little thing, but let's see. Quad and King.
yeah.
Did you see their Instagram today when they were in the jacuzzi in the snow and he did a cold plunge? King is a cool guy. That's
He
a cool
really,
guy.
really is. I am so happy for Quad. Actually, I just left Quad. That's why I'm a little bit late. We actually were out having a good time. Me, Funky, Dineva, Quad, and then Tamar
Wow.
came, and then
I
you know what I mean?
didn't know.
So we were just having a good time. They were talking about going out. I got to go to work tomorrow. So, but it's a really good time. Quad is very happy. You know what I'm saying? She drove up in her Rolls Royce at the restaurant. Quad is doing good, and she just left Ghana. She got a residency there. You know what
I
I'm saying?
saw
And
that.
she living
I
her
saw
best
that
life.
she did that ceremony with the Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Bozeman, the newest addition to Beverly Hills Housewife franchise.
Yep,
And I saw they had a fabulous ceremony. They had they were like 100 people there trying, and
for
the
sure.
woman who like started the whole thing was there. It was beautiful. Are you thinking about getting your duel there
I
too?
was actually invited to go. I don't know why I didn't go because ended up I don't know, it's a whole lot of other things. But yeah, I do want to get dual citizenship. I think that's a good thing. I think that we should buy properties outside of the country. So definitely that's something I'm looking forward to doing at some point. Yeah,
Right on, right on. A couple of people in the comments, they're going to be leaving questions throughout, and I'll try to
no
catch
problem.
some. Let's get back to these. Now, I did have a thing within this season that I kind of noticed,
Hmm.
to me, where I have not noticed ever in Married to Medicine history. The men get together on ATVs or otherwise and discuss someone else's wife in that manner without the husband of that wife present, at least. And then this episode, when they kind of like snickered to themselves because they knew that he wasn't included on them all talking about you. How did you feel about that? Like in real life, was there anything?
I think that if a man has a problem with another man, you talk to another man. And I know how people are gonna say that Dr. G tried to talk to Damon. That was a whole conversation. Damon and Dr. G left that conversation with Damon apologized. They were good. I didn't understand why they would continue to talk about it. My whole thing is if you had anything to say to that man right then. Now, yes, they ended it where he said something like, Damon said, "Why are you so sensitive?" Damon said that because the man kept bringing it up. They've been dogging Damon and lying on him for years. He takes it and keeps moving, right? So, okay, yes, it was wrong. I apologize to him. I apologize to her. They accepted it. We all went out one night. I don't know why they want to continue this storyline. I've apologized. That's all I can do. What you want from me? Like they say, what you want, some blood, a kidney, whatever.
Right.
Thought process is if the man is still in his feelings about something, don't be bitch like and go up to all other men. Go talk to that man. And however
Right.
it ends, that's how it ends. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I thought it was very feminine for him to go to the other men and talk about Damon without coming to Damon. I think that if anything Damon got to say about somebody, he would say it to their face. That's
Yeah.
my
We
and that's a
we
major move, really. I hate to keep talking about it, but she don't say shit to your face. She go in the green screen and she'll talk to you about
Oh my
outside
gosh.
of the scene. But I don't have a problem with that because she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? But when the men do it, it's just catty, in my opinion.
This question right here is how long between the scene and the green screen? How long did Phaedra get to rehearse? That's what I need to know.
Sometimes weeks, sometimes months. Sometimes we come back months later and they have to remind us. And the interesting thing is, you don't remember everything. That's why I always tell the truth because I know, you know what I'm saying? But there are scenes like for example, when I was arguing with Contessa, so much was going on. I
Yeah.
did say her husband was a cheater, but I recanted that. If you would have asked me, did I say that? I would have said, no, I never said that. I always thought it, but it
Hmm.
came out my mouth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times you got to tell the truth because you can't remember everything that was said and done. And the problem with Phaedra is she does not remember, and they're gonna keep bringing it back. The things she says, and
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Because that was too much. Now, what about Simone? Does she have a stylist?
Simone does have a stylist, but she has a taste all her own. I do not like the way that Simone dressed, but shoot, I'm not a fashionista either. So you know what I'm saying? So when I do want to get dressed up, I think I can.
Hmm.
But no, Simone don't listen to her stylist. Simone like her ugly shit. She do. She like it, and she like it. I love it. But Cecil
She
can
does.
really dress. Cecil wears nice clothes, in my opinion.
Yeah. Cecil looks really sharp. He looks very sharp.
But I
And
think
that's
if you
good to
tried to
know.
help her, she wouldn't listen. Simone like what she be wearing. Like I said, that little Miss Muffet outfit, she loved it. So more power to her.
That was a Muffet outfit. And she did look very cute, very Little House on the Prairie in it. It was so
Yeah.
cute.
You know.
Um, let me see. Thanks again, you guys, for being here. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring my bell so you can get notified when I go live. Thanks for being here. Let's get back to Dr. Heavenly. Okay, now, yes, thank you for your super chat, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Boopies are in the building for you, Dr. Heavenly. Everybody
Thank you.
loves you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm feeling like this is a really good season
Everybody
for.
doesn't love Dr. Heavily, but the interesting thing is, as long as you're watching, it's all good with me. Just watch it. I mean,
Yeah,
love or
yeah,
hate me, I'm not
everybody's
gonna
welcome.
resonate with everybody, and don't want to really. I mean, don't care to, can't. I'm
Yeah,
always gonna be myself, and the thing I always say is, love me for who I am. Don't love me for somebody I pretend to be, like some of the other ladies. So, you know,
yeah. Well, everybody in here, this is a heavenly friendly zone for
okay, no
sure,
problem.
for sure. Now with these apologies, so you are so, you know how the TV thing works, and you're a humble woman, and you don't hold any grudges, and you're all about to move on. So, and with all of these apologies being demanded this season, have you gotten any apologies? Like, or are you just doing all the apologizing?
I don't think I've gotten any. I don't think people see the wrong that they do. I mean, when they started, I do finish it. Sometimes, you know what? If I started, you can't really tell who started what, because even a conversation with Contessa, I don't know where it started. It had to start it when I said something like, she don't know that girl. But then how did we get into Scott? I think she brought him up. I cannot tell you for sure how that started. But when she brought up abuse, she asked me a question and went on. So my whole thing is, yes, I will apologize for the things I said, but I do stand on, I believe what I'm saying. So if you ask me a question, you must want the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll apologize. My apology is for you. If it makes you feel better, it's not for me. Like Jackie would always say, the apology is for you, the one that's
Yes.
apologizing. I don't feel that way. My apology for you, because honestly, I said what I thought and I kept moving.
Right, right. Now, did we miss anything that, since the scene already happened, was there anything like any energy between Greg and King that happened at the Met Gala?
I don't think they spoke. I think they knew both each other, knew they were in the room, but from what I can remember, I don't think they didn't even speak. I don't think
Right.
so. I don't think so.
Okay, right on. Um, this is a super messy question, but I feel like this season Toya will be kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden she's like, we need to apologize. She didn't take your apology serious. And then she'll just get the party started, you know? And I was wondering, is that a certain number of wines induced, or is that just Toya knowing the assignment and like, it's time, people?
I think all of the above. I think that Toya stirs the pot. So do I sometimes. But yeah, I do appreciate, if y'all. I don't know if y'all caught it or not, but Toya did apologize to me for saying something about, I don't give a fuck about your mama dying. She said, I apologize for saying that about your mother, and it was
Oh,
well received. She said that at the lake house. I don't know if y'all caught it, but she said, I apologize for saying that about your mom. That's what she said. I don't know how they cut it up, but she did apologize. And I take it, I ain't take it too seriously. She don't know my mama, just like I don't know Contessa mama. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
right. Um, and we know you didn't mean it. It's the culture.
And she knows that. Contessa
Right.
knows me very well.
Right. Now the alliance, that's what I've been calling Contessa, Phaedra, and the new wife, in my opinion, are a little alliance. I'm not sure why, how that even happened. But it's seeming so, even more so, because the only person filming with the new wife right now is the alliance when there's not a group situation. So are we going to have one of those fabulous, what Married to Medicine is known for, come togethers? Is there a reconciliation on the horizon?
No. It ain't. From what I can remember, no. I do think that Contessa feels sorry for Sweet Tea. I think that's the reason. But she don't, I mean, she's saying some derogatory things about her. You know what I'm saying? Off camera, on camera, whatever. But
Yeah.
I think she does feel sorry for her. I think that she, relocated. She doesn't know a whole lot of people. She's in the house. We know, and she works from home. She spends a lot of time by herself. And I think that Contessa just has a strong heart for her. I think that's what. Because
Right
she
on.
really is a sweet girl. She really is. She really is.
That's awesome. Now, are in the upcoming scene, we saw how everybody does an impersonation of Phaedra. Do you have an impersonation of Phaedra?
I mean, y'all all know it. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna make her faces or whatever. But you know what? Honestly, I find it hilarious. Even when,
She's
you know, and I know
hilarious.
it's the wrong time to do it, when Quad was crying on the girls' trip and she was boohoo crying. When I looked at Phaedra, I promise you I wanted to bust out laughing because she was doing she was moving her head and making her faces or whatever. And I was thinking, like, what is wrong with this woman? She didn't give a damn, and I thought it was funny. I know it wasn't funny, but it was funny.
Yeah. That scene where she was making those faces when Quad was crying. You had mentioned in, I think it was one of your lives, about how long that scene actually was. You
Oh yeah,
mentioned
she cried a good, I'm gonna say, an hour and a half. It was long. I was so sleepy. I was so tired. I almost got in a fight with a girl. I walked 2 miles down the street. They called me back into the scene. Came back. I was like, damn. And then Quad started crying. It was just, but you know, Contessa and Toya and I think Sweetie were gone. But
that.
Phaedra, myself, Simone, and I was there, and I was just like, Lord. But I mean, it was really heartfelt. Quad came from the heart, and I do think that Simone gave her a sincere apology. So they're in a better space now.
Oh, right on, right on. The Anila, that was good to see her. I know she was at that closet show too, for but that didn't make the cut. Now, allegedly, what they're saying is that the closet show that Toya had, the money
Yeah.
from that closet show got donated to the Met Gala.
Now what happened was, and I think I talked about this on my live. We all gave ball gowns. Well, I gave ball gowns. I don't know what nobody else gave. I gave ball gowns in excess of probably $10,000, maybe $14,000. Toya sold that shit for $400. Came back with $5,000 with everybody clothes and gave that, and really did not give anything else to the Met Gala. So I don't know. Then she gave me the wrong clothes back. I think she gave me Sweet Tea clothes, and she said my clothes were dirty, but they were Sweet Tea's clothes. But I donated them to Goodwill, and I just kept it moving.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now, so because it's a reality show, maybe Phaedra thought that it wasn't really a real check that needed to be cashed because
Yes, it had to be because the interesting thing is what she was trying to pull out of being the co-chair, and I was like, no, I can't let you off on this with 100 grand. I'm not saying I could raise 100 grand because it cost us over 30,000 to even put the event on, right? And then
right,
we were raising money. We knew we were going to get money because each of us agreed to pay 2,500. It was what, 8 of us. We knew we were going to get that money, and then we got enough friends, but it was a crunch. We put that event on pretty quickly, and I knew we couldn't raise no 100 grand. Everybody's saying with all the doctors we know we could get it. No, it's a lot of charities out there. And I give to a lot of them. But usually people give $2,500, 20, maybe 5,000. Some people give 1,500. You can't get no big money. You know what I'm saying? Usually. You know what I'm saying? From people. And a lot of people came there and didn't give shit. So
wow, wow. Did is Anila, do you think Anila will try to come back next season? Is there any
I don't think they want Anila, but Anila, they'll allow her to come around. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
She has her scene and she's Toya's friend, which is interesting. They'll allow her to come to scenes. They like to see old people. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Audra was there. What's the other girl?
Audrey's
Alicia was
pregnant
there.
again too, right?
Yeah, she already had that baby, but
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah,
A
that
boy
I
or a girl, do you know?
think she had another boy. I'm almost
Oh, that's
positive
sweet.
she had a boy. I'm not sure, but I think she had a boy.
And we saw Dr. Alicia there looking beautiful. I
Yeah,
don't
she
think we
was
saw
there.
her husband there.
No, he wasn't there.
Oh, okay, okay. When are we gonna get to meet Mimi?
She was there. She was there. Her husband was the one that bid the $5,000 for the bowl that Quad made.
Right, and that was the highest ticket item of the night.
That was the highest ticket item of the night. He paid
Did he
$5,000.
return that like Phaedra got returned?
No, he paid his money. He kept it, and he brings it to different scenes because he actually.
I
But
can't
he
wait.
brings it. But it was all for charity. So he bought, the bowl to give back to for Cure for Moms, which is a real foundation on maternal mortality. So it was
Yeah,
a good thing. But we
right.
did raise a lot of money for those people for that foundation.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it's so awesome that I love your give back scenes on Married to Medicine because I feel like it accentuates your Black excellence in such a beautiful way.
Absolutely, it's a
You know?
requirement. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an obligation. that we should.
I love it. I love it. And that's part of why I feel like Married to Medicine is the best show on Bravo,
I agree with you.
because in real
But
life,
you know what? I met a lady when I was in New York yesterday named Heather Gay. I had never seen Salt Lake City. But to me, she has an amazing story. I had an in-depth conversation with her, and we were talking about reality TV. And I was saying, people say I go too far. She says, Heavenly, you don't go too far. She said the girl Mary Crosby told her she was an inbred. And she's a Mormon. Well, she was a Mormon.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. I remember that was such a funny scene. That was such a funny scene
So my
because,
man calling me. I got to.
yes. Okay, so a couple more questions. Now,
Okay.
How often does Dr. Damon squeeze your leg?
Oh, all the time. All the time. I just called about that one time, but he does it all the time.
That's so for there you guys go. Dr. Damon does hold her accountable.
No,
I
he
feel like
don't. No, he don't. No, he don't. He don't take this seriously. So he thinks I'm working or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. He just feels like the men should stay out of it. And when the men are brought into it, because he's brought into it, they should talk to him. And that's the way he feels. You know what I'm saying? I've
yeah,
apologized to both of them. I apologized to Dr. G in his face. They accepted it. So I don't know why they're still talking about it. I really don't. Maybe, I don't know if they've shown it on TV, but I would, I was wrong. I would say I was wrong.
yeah. Well, you've said you were wrong even on the TV, and I don't know why they just want you on repeat with that.
Yeah, I think that if Kawhi can forgive Simone for the things she's done, if
Yeah,
anybody can forgive people, then we should. So God is
right
good.
now.
I'm gonna call you back. I gotta go.
Okay,
All right,
no
so I'm gonna
problem.
have the man calling me. I gotta go, y'all.
Well, yeah, Dr. Daddy needs her, you guys. So thank you, Dr. Heavenly, for popping in today, and hopefully we can reconnect before the season's over. Because this is
Amen. Thank you for having me. I'll see you later.
no worries. See you
All right.
later, you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Okay. That was one of the questions too, Feisty. Thanks for being here. Let's see. You know what I can do? Let's stop sharing that. And now that she's gone, I'm going to drop the link for a minute and see if anybody wants to come play what your feelings are about the recent season for Married to Medicine. Yeah, we were supposed to be on at 3, and then she was in traffic, and then Dr. Daddy called her. So that was a quick interview, you guys. I'm going to get her back. I'll get her back on, and we'll have her for a nice play session next time. But I do appreciate her time this time because it's all good. Count it all good. That was supposed to be the introduction of Mimi. Oh, Carmel Dream. Yeah. So she did mention that in the thing, that part of the reason he bid so much for it was because it was his introduction to the scene. So yeah, Allie from Miami's in the house. Thanks for being here. Talking about folks. Hi, Miss Barbara. Thanks for being here. Was the closet sale on last week's show? Okay, so the closet sale did not make the cut. It did not make the cut. And at the closet sale, it had everybody from the past there. Everybody. It had Amila, Contessa, Audra. The same players that were kind of in the back of this. But she was selling gowns for like $200, they said. Let's see. Oh, right on, Kathy. Thank you. Right on. Yeah, no. Well, like this video on your way out, and be sure to smash the ring the bell so you can get notified when we do upload a new video. And when we go live with Dr. Heavenly again, she will be back. I agree. I love Dr. Heavenly and her being a straightforward person. I love when she says something and say, I'm going to take it right back. Me too. That's one of my faves. All of you ladies, beautiful, Black, educated. Yep. I'd be so surprised at the Dr. Heavenly hate too. It's like, what's not to love? She tells the truth. She's not a bona fide liar. Her husband loves and respects her. She doesn't have to cover up anything that he does or says. It's just so, but it takes all kind to make the world go round. We all have our POVs based off of our experiences, and that shapes our life. Allie from Miami's in the house. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year, darling. What's
Happy New Happy New Year's. How you doing, Curve? How you doing, chat?
Oh, I'm doing excellente. What are your thoughts on the season of Married to Medicine so far, and how'd you like our little chat?
Oh, I saw the tail end, but I'm gonna see in the replay. But so far, I like the season. It's light. It's funny. You know, it's good for all the good reasons why it's considered to me, in my feelings, the best show on Bravo compared to like Housewives of Potomac. That it feels very heavy, and I just like having married dimension. It's just funny when I see the episodes. I just hee kiki laugh. It's lighthearted. It's never too serious, and that's what reality TV should be.
Yes, yes. It's not so serious as even they try to make the little miss things like what made it so dark about the whole latest Your Mama statement was her adding the just carrying it on and like because you know that she was just saying it. Yeah, but how do you feel about Contessa's return?
I think on the surface, it sounded like a good idea if you want to bring someone, but I think it was a miss. And when Contessa came in with bringing up stuff from 3 years ago, trying to make it seem like she's still pressed on it, it was weird. If you're going to be mad with someone, especially on reality TV, you need to have the sit down conversation and just resolve it. We're in like episode 6, and you still haven't had a one-on-one conversation with Heavenly, and you're expecting me to be friends, you guys loved each other each month, and you couldn't pick up a phone and say, "Hey, let's go to the Cheesecake Factory. Let's go to one of the restaurants downtown Atlanta. Let's
Yeah,
go somewhere and have that conversation." That's what these housewives type of shows used to be. When they were beefing, they used to go somewhere out for lunch or brunch and used to have that one-on-one conversation to figure whatever they need to get hashed out.
right,
And it's weird because Contessa was gone for so long. It's like, why we haven't resolved this in 3 years?
right.
It's weird.
Um,
Girl, you've been thinking about it. So much has happened.
Sap family has a point that one-on-one is coming up, but I agree that we're 7 episodes in. Even Wendy and Giselle had their one-on-one like by episode 2, so they weren't carrying around stinky dead horses. And yes, Candy Love, she just left. She came late and left early because of traffic and stuff.
Yeah, because
Yeah. So, but a one-on-one is definitely coming up. It should have been done.
so
Happen.
I hope I'll care about it, because at this point I just don't really care what. And I think that's the thing too. I think it's because the storyline is giving me this whole Robin Dixon. I did this on a chat the other day. Robin Dixon, Ron Dixon type of things where you don't know what's going on with their lives. He seems like Scott just seems to be popping in upon convenience. I'm like, this is weird.
Yes. Yes. And it's very interesting.
They give they
So,
give they give me that they're not even sleeping in the same bed. They give me if they're in the same house, he's on one side of the house while she's in the master bedroom. They don't give me they've been together.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
that's why you're so triggered about what Heavy said 3 years ago about your marriage. Because if your marriage is in a good place, why do you care what someone said 3 years ago?
I really feel like it's a cry for help. Like, I'm like, why are you talking about this now? Is the same thing still going on, Contessa? Is that why you keep bringing up the alleged abuse? You keep bringing it up. And then she's like, she can't stop talking about it. But she's the one that kept bringing it up.
I know there was one scene where Scott said something that was kind of weird, where they're supposed to have like a practice and they're supposed to be working together. But
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, she's there at the practice 70% of the time when I'm only there 40% of the time. That's why it's good to be working with the spouse." And I'm like, that's weird. Why are
You
you
want
hardly at the practice? It should be 50-50. Why are you not there? Why she's there all the time? You got 3 kids.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. But you know
So I'm
what?
hmm?
I was only going to stay on here till 45. So we got 3 more minutes before we wrap it up. Now, do you think, I feel like it was high key malicious of the liar Phaedra Parks, because that's what she did when she left Real Housewives of Atlanta, to deflect from her, um, you know, from her way that she didn't even deliver by bringing up Jackie's stuff in, and like she was trying to, like, why bring that up when we don't even know why you left Real Housewives of Atlanta from your mouth? I was very like,
It's the same thing with
she's not a nice person.
no, but we already know that with Faith. I mean, Phaedra is comedical when she wants to be on television, but we know from Housewives she is not a nice person, especially the way she was operating. I mean, let's be real. She still didn't even want to admit how far along she was in her pregnancy way back in her early seasons. So it didn't make any sense. She's still getting the dates wrong. So we already know that Phaedra was lying. But I think that whole thing with the fundraiser, that was weird, because why would you lie and then sabotage it in your way you did it when it was such a serious organization and charity for not for women, especially in the Black community? Why would you do that? That shouldn't be something you play with.
Exactly. Now
I mean,
that that I feel like that should get her more canceled than even anything that got freaking tried to get Dr. Jackie canceled. How are you going to promise these people on camera $50,000, and it seems like it might still right now in 2025 still might not be paid. We don't know, allegedly. I'm not sure. But that is, and then the irony of a freaking attorney not only telling Contessa that she needs to do physical assault on somebody for no reason, but now writing literally bad checks. She literally wrote a bad check and handed it to that man. And she's an
it's a,
attorney. That's Lulu.
but
That's
if
Lulu.
anybody remember, Phaedra was never a good attorney in the first place. How many times she was never able to get Bobby Brown out of jail. I mean, you know, she wasn't able to help Sheree with her housing situation.
Uh-huh.
Phaedra's a lot of things, but her as attorney, it never paid off. I have
Well,
one question. I thought it was weird with Toya when when Jackie was saying, "Hey, let's call contest and seeing if they could help with the charity." Why did Toya said don't add them? I mean, I get her reasonings because there wasn't a good place, but the charity
Toya's
was a very
I
serious.
did not like that
I
either.
think she's
Toya, that's
I
why I was
felt
asking,
like
how many drinks does it take before Toya just starts talking out the side of her neck? Because look, they're all supposed to be coming together for this. Just because I don't want you does not mean
yes.
I don't want your money for a freaking foundation like that. And for Toya to also then because Dr. Heavenly said on her Patreon, I'll share it with my members only, that she was Toya didn't really give anything again this time either, because she sold those gowns for like $200 each. That's
I'm not
crazy.
surprised to me, but I think she did that mostly to keep them off the show. I think she was blocking their bag because that would have gave Sweet Tea and Contessa a little bit more screen time. It would have forced them to have the conversation.
Yeah,
But when she said, "Oh no, they're not going to help you because you never hold, heavily accountable," and I'm thinking, if you're supposed to be in this reality show with a ensemble crew, and at some point you guys supposed to come together as ladies, as Black women, especially with something as serious as maternal mentality, with especially with the Black community, why would you be so petty to say, "I don't want to help you because you're Heavenly's friend"? I
that's
mean,
the point.
even
Because
if
then
they
it
did,
also hurts Jackie, because I'm sure Phaedra probably didn't only say that in the confessional. She might even brought that up to the
but
alliance. And if that's the case,
Yeah.
then they want to help Jackie because they don't feel like Jackie holds Dr. Heavenly accountable, and that's their target.
But if they did choose to not do it, then it will make them look bad, and that would be another form of conflict. Because they would have been like, well, you know what? They could have spun like, hey, regardless of how you feel about Heavenly or Jackie, you guys should have thought about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
This moment, this Met Gala was not about you, but here comes Toya. You know, she does like, don't add them in it, don't add them in it, and then she just left it with the
Toya
core
is just a
people,
pot stirrer.
and
Toya,
and
yeah, she's too
she
much. I don't
she's
know.
a pot stirrer,
I'm not
but
really
you saw that they hardly was in the episode.
I'm not really appreciating all
Huh?
of it. I'm not really appreciating all of it this season from Toya. I mean, she's good for a scene to like create the little conflict, but what is she doing in her life? Is she starting to turn into a Giselle? Like, what are you doing, darling? How's your house construction going, darling? What's happening at your house when the kids aren't making cinema? Like, they have this little scenes, but I feel like
I
Toya
I'm
herself within the group, Toya herself within the group this season has continuously, whenever she's in the group, she's not adding value as Toya. She's causing conflict as Toya. You see what I'm saying? That's what I see.
and this was I saw that from last season. The same foolishness she was doing last season when Sweet Tea came in, she's doing that again this season. And I'm also starting to see she's flip flopping
Nisha,
because
can
she
I
was
see your face? I don't want any what do they call it? I don't want to get porn bombed.
yes.
Yeah.
Because she was actually being kind of nice to Heavily and was seeing Heavily's side, but at the same time, when it came to contestant Sweet Tea, she was singing a whole different tune, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, you're trying to flip flop? Like, oh, you're not good at doing that. You're really
Yeah.
not good. This is not your ministry. Some
Right.
folks have. I've
You broke
seen
up. You're breaking
American
up bad.
medicine. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but you were breaking up bad. Some folks what?
Yeah. So I was like, I don't see Toya trying to do this flip flop thing. Like, okay, I'm going to be cool with the Fab Five, but then with these new girls, I'm going to be cool with them, and try to play both sides. I think it's going to blow up in her face really quickly. But we'll see. It's good TV.
Well,
And I
and
got you mentioned
so on
construction.
Toya, the only thing that really rubbed me about that scene is here on Larger Curves. I've played the scene a number of times from last season when Phaedra was live with Toya, with Dr. Heavenly, with Dr. Alicia, and with Sweet and Sour. And they were all on an Instagram live wherein Sweet and Sour was winning on Heavenly, just jumped on her and was talking about her mama. And then she's like, my mom is dead. And she was like, yeah, she's in hell. That was that whole your mama's in hell thing. And she's like, she has a better chance in hell of having a baby. And so people took more offense to her saying she has a better chance in hell of having a baby. They made a bigger deal of that than of the Toya situation, but specifically Phaedra and Toya, who were live in that video, only laughed. They only laughed. They didn't never say, Sweet Tea, you're wrong. You need to apologize. You're a mean girl. You're this, you're that, you're nothing. And that was in real life. So now this season, I have this scene wherein Toya and Phaedra are both trying to run this mean girl narrative on Dr. Heavenly for saying your mama in the heat of an argument. And I'm just not with it because it feels very fake and scripted. And I'm like, so why are these bitches coming for Dr. Heavenly like this? Because this is obviously made up because you were laughing in life last year. And now this year for a storyline against Dr. Heavenly, you have the men complaining over here on ATVs. And now you have the women every time they're not in Heavenly's face complaining about, oh, she's a mean girl. They don't hold her accountable. And I'm just not really feeling comfortable with that narrative, but it's weird to me. And I said the same thing. Why don't we get to know what Phaedra did for real, for real. Why was the real reason you had to leave Real Housewives of Atlanta while you want to bring up what Jackie did last season? Let's talk about you, darling. What? It's been 5 years. We weigh in.
Yeah, exactly. What and that doesn't even give me point. And I don't understand why they keep saying that no one holds Dr. Heavily accountable, because have they not been watching the show for the past how many years? All they do is talk about Heavily. All they do is expecting her to apologize. Almost every season she has to make this long dry apology tour to every single person, and yet they have the audacity to say, oh, you never hold Dr. Heavily accountable. I mean, did
And
we
she's
forget
the only
that
one apologizing. The
they
only
had
one.
a whole intervention with her YouTube channel? And then remember how last season Dr. Heavily had to get off of her YouTube and go behind a paywall because
Yeah,
of what was happening in social media, and she said what they told on me. They told on me on Daddy, and she had to get off. But yet she's
right.
never been accountable.
And then
That's
they
why I
all
was
went and
glad.
got on YouTube. They all
Yeah,
got
that's
her
why.
on YouTube. And then the men, Eugene, Cecil, they did rounds. The Toya, the Simone, the Sweet and Sour did rounds. Everybody who wanted her off went and did rounds and now have YouTube channels.
Oh, and to me, I don't mind if they have YouTube channels. They should have,
Me
like Dr.
neither.
Henry said. She
But
said
just
a
don't talk
long
shit. Don't be two-faced about it. Like,
Yeah, she said a long time ago when she started that all of them should have YouTube channels. All of them should have been monetized for their opinions. You know, what was the point of doing even an Instagram live? You know, go make, make your bag, make your money. It's enough for everybody. But
yeah,
my issue is the way they had to go about it. If you had an issue, what Heavily said, get on your YouTube and, counter what your point of view was, and let your fans and your stands, hear what you have to say.
yes.
But then this boohoo whiner crying about Heavy's mean, she's a mean girl. I don't know what they know what mean girls mean, because I'm gonna go back with Contessa and the other one, the new wife.
The
If
new one.
you
Right.
cannot stand Heavily as much, then why you on the show? Because the whole concept of being on a show is to have to be around these ladies, and
Right.
it's no secret that Heavily is a really big presence on the show.
Yes.
I mean, let's think about it. On that trip when Sweet Tea and Contessa left,
Hmm.
did production told them to come back? No. Production went and made sure that all of them, I think even Toya, had to come back to the scene, and Sweet Tea and Contessa was still in the room in the hotel. That should have let them know.
Right.
Everybody else came back to finish the scene, but yet you guys were in the hotel boohoo whining and crying about something. What that lets you know. But they made sure to get Heavily back. They wanted Heavily back. So why would
Yeah.
you be on a show where it's so focused around these ladies? You're gonna have to film around her. You have to be around her. You have to interact with her. It makes the show weird. So just like, if I really want this Bravo check, you're just gonna have to say, is this Bravo check worth my piece?
Well, that's what
Because
I'm saying. I feel like the new wife specifically, needs to, if she's trying to have a baby, she's kind of doing it wrong. So, like, you're not gonna get pregnant talking about Heavenly all day. You're not gonna get pregnant being around what you say is stressing you, making you not get pregnant. If you believe in your mind that the show is stressing you out, and specifically Dr. Heavenly somehow, and you trying to go have a baby, like she said, around the bonfire. I'm like, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to be at home, either legs up or doggy style, insert peen here, and that's how you have a baby. But you don't really have one by just talking trash and constantly putting yourself around the thing that you say is stopping you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what do you, maybe she doesn't want to have a baby with him. Maybe now she's married and she might be feeling like Quad was like, no, I'm not bringing a baby into this.
Well, I
Maybe.
mean, we she's upset because she said what she said about Gregory way back in season one, where she felt like, oh, Quad was right, and now that's why she was mad with Dr. Heavily, because she slipped and told the truth, and then she was afraid that it was gonna mess up her bag. and she has to recant it and then say, "Oh no, you got me drunk. Oh no, you tricked me. Oh no, you
Yes,
talking about my marriage." But no one was talking about your marriage. You came on camera and said what you said on camera
about
about Dr.
me,
G. And
about
now all of
Dr.
a sudden, somehow
G.
it's heavily false. Same thing with Contessa. You
Yeah.
said
And that's what I'm saying. You're breaking up again. But like Contessa really, literally
take a book
asked,
from Heavily. Don't
you
talk
broke up
about
again.
me.
For just a second, you broke up again. I didn't really hear what you said, but Contessa literally asked a question of Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly answered it. And now she's even spinning that like, oh, Dr. Heavenly can't stop talking about it. You keep asking her about it.
Yeah, because if I start a fight, you guys are arguing with each other, and you ask Dr. Heavenly, "Do you think my husband's an A? Do you think my husband's abusive?" And I'm like, of course Heavenly's going to say yes. You guys are fighting. If I'm fighting, I'm going to make sure to say something to make you hurt.
Right,
So if she believes it or not, doesn't matter. You don't ask someone in the heat of an argument something that you don't want to be out there, especially about your husband. Why will you fight and use your husband as a shield in the middle of the fight? Why are you, as the wife, not protecting your husband at
right.
all costs? And knowing that here we are again, you're going out here in these streets embarrassing this man. I'm going to ask a question. Is he going to be in the reunion? I'm going to be shocked to see if he's going to be in the reunion.
That is going to be the money question, isn't it? That will be the money question because he's not in any scenes hardly. He's not, even showing up for her. We see him less than we see Curtis. And I love Curtis. I love when he finally shows up. He looked really nice at the gala too. And because he's changing the world. They'd be like building missionaries in Africa. Did you guys know that? Like they're
Oh
totally
yes, yes. I remember Heavenly had a live when they went to Africa. She mentioned they were doing something over there. I think she said that in the summer.
Yeah, I posted a video about it here on Larger Curves, and that's when we found out that, in fact, Dr. Jackie does have children, not of her womb. However, she does have children in Africa that she has been supporting since they were very young. And so we found that out. But I'm going to wrap it up now. I appreciate you, Allie. The people love you. Look, Bonita said, I like this color. You're so right about that. Yes. And so I appreciate you for popping in today, Allie from Miami. And I will see you soon. Okay.
All righty, see you soon.
Thanks for coming through. Okay, you guys, thanks for coming through to Larger Curves today. We had Dr. Heavenly Kimes of Married to Medicine in the house. It was a quick one. She'll be back. And we really appreciated her questions. If you were here late or early or something and you missed it, then I hope you catch us in the replay on your way in or out. Smash that like button. Ring that bell so you can get notified when I go live again and when I upload videos. Okay. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until then, remember there's enough to go around. So go get some. Peace.